Greetings, greetings. Had some technical difficulties again. I'm sorry for the people who are waiting. Um, I couldn't go live for some reason, but I'm here. And tonight's topic at the quantum side of addiction is the importance of labels and how they affect us and the science behind it. First, let me say this. This isn't to offend anybody who believes they need a label. I know um, I say this because when I go to a lot of meetings, a lot of people say, "Hi, my name is such and such, and I'm an addict." I was actually in a meeting today where she says, "I really don't like to identify as an addict, but I'm not anything else. I don't know anything else to identify with. So I do that as, I guess, a fallback." And I felt really sad for her, number one, and the fact that many people, I guess, feel this type of way. And I got to thinking, um, what would justify that someone would feel comfortable enough to identify as an addict? And I came up with a couple reasons. Number one, I guess when you get a certain age in life and you pretty much fucked up a lot and you don't have anything to show for it, you need something to fall back on, I guess, to say, well, I was an addict, and that explains everything. Um, and in a way it does. And it's kind of a sad story. It's kind of a sad look, but very understandable. Number two is when people identify with something like an addict, and there's pretty much a nation behind that name addict. It's like saying, "Hi, I'm a citizen of the United States." They're not alone because there's other people who label themselves as an addict also, and there's thousands of them. Okay, so I understand that. So what I want to do tonight is a tough cookie because I don't want to offend anyone. But what I want to do tonight is I want to try my best to eliminate that label. Okay, because in my mind, I'm not an addict. I was a person who I went through a rough time in my life. I made some bad decisions. I abandoned all my responsibilities, and I was addicted to a drug or some drugs, and that led me down a path. I'm no longer on that path, so I'm no longer addicted to anything as far as um, anything to that can be detrimental to my health and family. So I don't identify with that anymore. Another thing I want to do is I want to bring some science into the thing because that's the quantum side of things. I like to attach everything with science. Science is proven. Science can't. It. I'm not going to say science can't be debated, but it's proven up to this point that this is a fact. Okay. Everything else is how you feel, your opinion. Okay, but these are facts. When someone identifies as an addict, okay, their subconscious and their mind is like I don't know if you've ever seen one of those old granddaddy clocks. You got all these mechanisms that click in and it keeps the wheels turning and so forth. One falls on top of the other, and everything is just going, and it just keeps the clock ticking. When we identify ourselves as addicts, it keeps the wheels turning. It keeps the wheels of being an addict turning subconsciously, consciously. It actually hits on all levels, subconsciously and consciously. Okay. I don't know if you believe in positive affirmations, but I believe in positive affirmations. I believe in being grateful. Me and my girlfriend or my lady, I like to wake her up every morning with a positive affirmation or positive gratitudes to get my day started on a good note, to get her day started on a good note. I wake up before she does. So when she wakes up, I like to have that message there waiting for her. Hey, baby, today I am more than I was yesterday. Today I am ready for all obstacles. Today I am feeling energetic. Today I am feeling empowered. Today I am going to be the best person I can be today. And then I go into my gratefuls. Today I'm grateful for um, laying in a warm bed at night. Today I'm grateful for it, being able to wake up and take a hot shower and eat breakfast and so forth. And I go through a whole list. If I identified myself when I woke up, if I said, today I am nothing, today I am worthless, today I am in a rut and I don't feel as though I could ever get out of it. Today I am just holding on by a thread. Today I can barely make it. Today I am just two head shakes away from suicide. If I said that every day of my life, one day it's all gonna add up, and I'm gonna have to answer to those seeds that I planted in my mind. I mean, it's not even hard to figure out. It's actually an easy thing to grasp. And I've shared my opinion before, but people hold on to that comfort zone so much of being an addict. They want to be addicts. Not maybe not consciously they want to be an addict, but somewhere in their mind there's comfort in them agreeing to be an addict or an alcoholic or whatever. Okay. And I guess addict is at the top of the list. Okay. Because I looked up some other things on this website. Um, and it had all type of words that meant addict. And would you mind someone calling you a dope fiend? Or hey, I'm Joe and I'm a crackhead. Or hey, I'm Albert and I'm an alcoholic. Or I'm a drunk, I'm a wino, I'm a bum, and the list goes on. Would you feel comfortable saying that? Planting that seed in your mind every day, over and over again. Going to a place where everybody in the place identifies as that. That's not a place where I would want to be. I wouldn't feel comfortable going to a place for recovery where everybody in the place identified as losers. Okay, and I don't mean like I don't mean to hurt anybody, but I don't want to go to a place where everybody says, you know what, I gave up, and this is my story. And every time I see them, this is the hey, I gave. Hey, my name is Joe. I gave up, and this is why. And then I go on telling my story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because what happens is it puts me on autopilot. And if you know anything about the quantum side, this is something that we're trying to get out of. We're trying to get out of autopilot. Because we're on autopilot. We were on autopilot for how many years you were chasing, or how many years you were out there getting high, or you were addicted. You were on autopilot. Okay. Now in recovery or trying to get our life back together, we're trying to deprogram our minds. So we have to stop feeding ourselves the same programs that got us in the bullshit we were in the first place. Looked up some things on this site. Willow Bee, or wait a minute, let me look it up. And it gave the actual science behind it. The name of the site is willingway.com. Okay. And the first thing that popped up was Affirmations. And it reads, for people who believe in the power of positive affirmations, the words you choose and how you identify yourself have great influence. Psychologists believe affirmations help you reprogram the subconscious mind, which is essential to the actualization of our lives and the manifestation of our desires. The positive language used in these statements can be inspirational, goal oriented nuggets of attainable self change. And although some people might think affirmations are all woo-hoo nonsense, science suggests otherwise. As one example, positive psychology points to various scenarios, such as MRIs in study subjects that demonstrate an increase in neural pathways when people are involved in self affirmation tasks. Other research indicates they reduce health deteriorating stress and rumination, make us more resilient, and reconstruct better life narratives. There you go. And there's tons of other stuff. This is willingway.com. And I mean, there's tons of research. I could go on and on and on. The concept of substance use disorder has evolved over the decades. Conventional thinking of the past considered alcohol and drug use as moral failing, with stigmatic judgments passed accordingly. These aren't the old days. These are the new days. We're not identifying with ourselves as losers anymore. Okay? It says, any type of language that slaps an identifier on someone, such as he, she is a loser, bitch, bum, control freak, slacker, and so on, attempts to categorize a person in a person's inherent self. This is, according to some experts, one of the reasons why stigmas damage the possibility of addiction treatment and recovery. Think about the following slang words and ask yourself, is this who I am? Would I want to be referred to in this way? Abuser, alkie, boozer, crackhead, dope fiend, drunk, junkie, lush, meth head, tweaker, skitzer, rhino. What image forms in your mind when you think about these labels? How negative are the implications? Now consider whether the terms alcoholic or addict are any different, and how you see yourself when you use them. There you go. There you go. I went to a class today, and I was waiting for the guy to get to me because he was asking people how they identify themselves, or how they identify themselves. And I thought about that, and I came up with I'm a work in progress. I am a student and a teacher. I am a divine, unique individual. Period. I'm not even saying I'm someone who is trying to get their life together, or no. I'm in the present. My life is together. Okay. I am doing good. All right. I am exactly where I need to be right now, and life is great. I was listening to Brian Liston. He's he's a neuroscientist. He believes that you have to speak things into the existence now. He said, because if you continue to tell yourself, I want to be healthy, I want to be this, I want to be that. And he said, if you record it, you come back a year later and you play that same tape. I want to be healthy. I want to. It's a year later. You're not healthy yet. You have to speak things in existence now. That's the way you program our minds. And that's the whole science behind what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Okay? Right? You have to reprogram your mind by deprogramming what that feels not in your head. You got to unravel it. You got to get to the bottom of it. You got to pull it up by the roots. You got to plant new seeds. All right? You got to plant new seeds constantly, and then you got to water those seeds. You got to water those seeds, because what happens in your brain is your that new seed that you plant. I don't know if you know about the law of correspondence, as above, so below. Okay? You might not be able to look into your head and see what's going on, but the same effect is going on as if you plant a seed into the ground. You have to you have to cultivate that seed. You have to water it, fertilize it, plant it in good soil. You have to give it sunlight, feed it love. All right. If you have to plant new things in your head, and then after you plant new things in your head, you have to be careful about what you put into your head to feed that seed. You can't plant seeds of love and then go back to your normal life and put on headphones, listening to music, talking about you want to kill somebody or shoot up people, and so forth. That's contradictory, because your brain takes 2 steps forward and then it takes 3 steps back. And many of us do this dance all our lives. We take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, and we don't know how we're doing it. But it's what we're nurturing our minds with. Okay? This is that's the quantum side of things. That's the quantum side of addiction. It's here, starts here. How we feed our seeds. So if you got anything out of this for today, don't identify with being someone who you're not trying to be anymore. Identify with someone who you're trying to be, and that's when you'll start being it. If I go to school for however years, 10 years to be a doctor, if I go to med school, 10 years to be a doctor, I don't graduate from med school. And before I went to med school, I was a painter. I don't graduate from med school and say, yeah, I'm a painter, but I can operate on you. No, I graduated from med school. I'm a doctor. I used to be a painter. I was a painter. I don't paint anymore. You couldn't pay me to paint. I'm a doctor. The pay scale goes up a little bit. I don't identify as a painter anymore. I'm sorry. So if you took anything out of this, be careful what you feed your seeds. Okay? If you're serious about recovery and you're done with it, you're done with that life. Leave it alone. Words twerk your memory. Each memory, each word, they say has 10,000 different memories associated with it. I'm constantly telling you words like drugs, cocaine, crack, heroin. Your memory's like, oh yeah, remember them days? Oh, we had some good days. And that knot is so tightly fused. And all it's doing is gyrating, gyrating, gyrating. Pretty soon, your autopilot is going to switch back on. And you know, just like I know, all it takes is one bad day, one bad decision. We're one bad decision away from relapse. And what they tell you about relapse and recovery? They tell you relapse is part of recovery. Are you serious? I don't want to even hear those words. I want to hear words like words I haven't heard before, new things, because that's what allows my seed to grow. And that's what it's all about. Growing new seeds and making new connections, making new habits, and forgetting the old ones. I take the lessons. I'll take the lessons that I got from them old um, bad habits. But as far as the habits themselves, no thank you. I don't need that anymore. I don't even want to even hear any memories from the past. Nothing like that. Nothing that associates me with that person, because I'm not that person anymore. If you don't think that person is worth leaving behind, well, how don't you ask some of your loved ones? Ask some of your family members that see the new you. Ask them, say, hey, remember when I used to steal stuff out your house? You miss that guy, don't you? Oh, well, no, because hi, I'm Joe and I'm an addict. Your loved ones are going to say, oh, Lord, this fool. Your mom will be the first to tell you, no, baby, you ain't no addict no more. You gave that up. You don't do that stuff no more. Stop identifying with stuff that you gave up. And that's it. I'm not going to hold you anymore. That's the quantum side of things. And this is the vortex. Peace out.